test for you right now. Go pull up your Instagram. Hurry up. I'll wait. Put your thumb over your name. Look at the grid below it. Does it still look like you? Does it still look like your brand? If not, you need to stick around because I have some tips right now that are going to really be able to help you in your small business. I'm going to walk you through colors. I'm going to walk you through the fonts, where to actually use all of it, stuff that you can reuse so you're not starting from scratch every single time, and that way any mistakes that you make will blend in instead of standing out. So here's the thing about being consistent online. It has nothing to do with being fancy. It's all about getting recognized. Like when you see a red cup that's got some right cursive lettering on it, you already know it's Coca-Cola. When you see the little swoosh symbol, what brand comes to mind? Nike, right? You didn't even have to read anything. That's just consistency quietly doing its job in the background. And honestly, for a small business, it matters more for us than it does the big guys because we do not have their crazy ad budget. We do not have a giant marketing team. It's usually just us and maybe a couple other people. What we do have, however, is repetition. Every single time someone sees your same colors, your same fonts, the same whole vibe that you have going on, that is one more repetition. And repetitions are what build recognition. Recognition builds trust, which is the whole reason that somebody's going to stop scrolling and actually look at what you're posting instead of just swiping past. So how do you actually pick a look that fits your business? Honestly, it comes down to one question. It's not what you like, sorry. It's about what you want people to feel when they actually land on your page. Because those aren't always the same thing. If you're running a kids party company, you probably want it to feel fun, loud, energetic, chaotic even. Or on the other side, maybe a financial planner wants their people to feel calm, like everything's under control. A boutique owner might want everything to feel expensive, even though it's really not. Once you get that feeling nailed down, go find like 3 or 4 brands and just pay attention to what they're doing. Are they using soft rounded shapes, clean sharp lines? And to be clear, you're not copying them. You're just getting a starting point. You're figuring out the language of that feeling. That way you can build your own version. Alright, so once you get your look figured out, this is where it needs to show up. Your profile picture, obviously, that's the first thing anybody's gonna see. Your bio, your highlight covers, your actual posts, and honestly, how the whole grid looks together, not just each post on its own. Your website, and if you've got them, your business cards, flyers, even your email signature. Basically, anywhere a potential customer could possibly run into your business, you should already be there waiting and looking like you're ready to go because you are a professional, you know what you're doing. Most people nail like 1 or 2 of these and completely forget the rest, and that's exactly where the whole consistent brand thing falls apart. Alright, let's talk about colors for a second, because a lot of people either overthink this or they don't think about it at all, and there's really no in between. Colors make people feel something whether you want them to or not. For example, red tends to feel exciting, urgent, and that's why literally every for sale sign and fast food logo on earth is red. Black usually reads as expensive. Green feels natural or like money depending on the shade. Blue feels safe and trustworthy, which is why every bank and healthcare brand you've ever seen uses it. You don't need to sit there memorizing the whole color chart. Just pick one main color that matches the feeling that you're going for, and honestly just try to keep everything the same. Alright, now let's put these colors and fonts that you've picked out together, because this is honestly where a lot of brands still end up looking messy, even after they've picked the good colors and the good fonts separately. The trick is contrast that still connects, if that makes sense. My own logo for Sam Nicole Designs actually does this. The Sam Nicole is this wide spaced out serif font at the top. Real clean, structured, and then designs underneath it is like a flowing script. They're 2 completely different font styles, but they work because when you put them together, the spacing, the color, they all tie back to the same feeling that I want for my brand. The same idea applies to color, by the way. Picking one font pairing, one color combo, and then just reuse that exact combo everywhere. Every post, every graphic, every story. And then the second you swapped in some new font or a random color because it matched the photo, that's the second everything starts looking inconsistent again. Fonts are one of the things that trip people up way more than it needs to, honestly. Here's the simple version. You only need like two. One for headlines, one for the body text. Your headline font can have some personality, maybe a script, something bold, something with a little edge to it. But your body just needs to be easy to read because people are scrolling so fast, nobody's going to squint to try to read your caption. Good rule of thumb is, and I use this one myself, even if you're wondering if a font is too much, it probably is. Okay, so this is actually why it matters for growth and not just for looking cute. When someone lands on your page for the first time, they're not sitting there deciding whether to follow you on one single post. They're sitting there scanning the entire feed, the entire grid in like 2 seconds. And what they're really asking themselves, even though they may not realize it, is, do I know what I'm going to get if I follow this account? A consistent look answers that question before they've even read a single solitary caption. It tells them that you're an actual real business, not some random one-off account that you're going to keep showing up. Like, well, you. The whole, I know what this is feeling, and it turns a random viewer into an actual follower. Inconsistent pages make people hesitate, and hesitation is basically where you lose them for good. In all honesty, the easiest way to stay consistent without redoing all the work every single time is templates. Don't come for me. I'm not saying copy somebody else's template. Do not copy Canva templates. We can all tell. But instead, just build one. I build templates and I reuse them many times. It saves a lot of work. Build one for like a quote or a tip graphic. Build one for like a before and after for a product shot. Build one for an announcement or a promo. Set your colors and your fonts up once, like inside something like Canva. Save it, and now every post is just you swapping in new text and photos. You don't have to redo the design. It already looks like you, and then that is the real difference between people who actually stay consistent for months and the people who post one really nice graphic one time and then go back to whatever default their phone app spits out, I guess. Templates aren't cutting corners, by the way. They're literally what lets a one-person business like myself look put together without spending 3 hours designing every single post. About a few mistakes that I see all the time. Changing your colors or your fonts every couple weeks because, I don't know, you got bored of them, when really your audience needs to see the same thing over and over and over again because before it even sticks. Using like 5 different fonts on one graphic, honestly, more than 2, it starts looking like a ransom note. Just don't do it. Picking colors just because you personally love them instead of thinking about the way that they're making your customers feel. And then copying some huge brand's exact word for word, style for style look instead of taking the idea and making it your own. Don't do that. Like a coffee shop with 5 employees, it just doesn't need to look like Starbucks. It just needs to look like itself, just an intentional version of itself. And really, consistency is a slow game. You're not going to look at your Instagram grid after 1 week and suddenly have this big recognizable brand. It's not going to happen. But every post that matches, every graphic using the same colors and the same fonts is one step closer to people actually remembering who you are. 6 months from now, a year from now, that's the business that people are going to think of first. Not because you had the biggest following or the biggest budget, but because they were the one that actually looked like themselves every single time. In a world that is so uncertain, consistency is king. I've heard it many times as a social media manager, and only recently did I really understand that consistency is more about what you look like than posting every single day. However, if you do want some help getting your colors, fonts, templates, all of that locked in, instead of figuring out all this on your own, that's literally what I do at Sam Nicole Designs. I am a small business. I have been running my business now for 6 years. I specialize in small businesses and would absolutely love to help, even if it's just to get you started so you can figure it out the rest yourself. But if you are DIYing it, I encourage you to keep with it. Just pick your look and stick with it way longer than you think you need to. Now that's it. You guys have a great day. Please follow me, subscribe, do whatever it needs to be done. That way you can come back when the next video is posted and get some more tips on how to grow your small business.